Well, first of all, welcome everybody. I'm Mayor Polisena. For those of you who don't know who I am, and those of you who don't want to know who I am, I'm your mayor, and I'm proud to be your mayor. I am an alumnus of Johnston High School, class of 1972, a long time ago. Next year will be graduated 50 years, and I'm proud to be a Panther. So with that said, we have some very special guests here today, but I want to say to everyone today, you know, I've been a registered nurse about 35, 36 years. It is very important that you get your vaccination if you haven't done so already. Very, very important. And I tell people all the time, especially my EMT students, and most of them, they're all high school students that I teach to, that just stop and close because either themselves or you as a student or someone else was not vaccinated. So we really encourage that, and that's been really an important mantra, if you will, for our governor and our lieutenant governor who are here today. I'm going to introduce them in a moment. So please, if you haven't been vaccinated, especially our youth, it's very, very important because we want to beat this darn pandemic, and we can. Listen, we're not only America, but we're Johnston, and we're Johnston strong. So I encourage all of you that if you haven't gotten your vaccination, today we're giving out vaccinations. Johnston firefighters are here along with the police, but the firefighters will be giving injections today. I should go slow. I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk too fast. That's the Italian in me. But seriously, please, 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 please get your vaccination. It's so important. And I will tell you this, it saves lives. And the life that you save may be either your own or someone that you really love, a family member, especially for our youth who has you know, grandparents at home and parents at home. So that being said, that here today, we are very honored to be here today with our special guest, truly, truly honored. I've known the governor for a long time. When he was the mayor of Cumberland, we've become dear friends. I was very happy when he decided to run for lieutenant governor, and I was very happy when he became the governor. But he's here today with a very special lady, I think. We've become good friends, and I had the honor of being on the committee to choose the top finalists for the next lieutenant governor. And I will tell you, at the time she was the president of the Providence City Council, Sabina Matos, she outshined all of the candidates that were there. She did a fabulous job. So she's here. Our Lieutenant Governor, Sabina Matos, is here. So that being said, please, please, please get your vaccination. If not today, get it soon. That being said, I'd like to introduce, obviously, my dear friend, but most importantly, our great governor, that's Governor Dan McKee. Let's have a warm round of applause for him.
Thanks, Mayor. We'll see you tonight as well. I mean, he's a champion. I remember opening up this field because the mayor called me and said he'd like to run up and down the field with him. Yeah. I brought Charlie Lombardi along. I stayed in the net because I don't play soccer, but Charlie Lombardi was out there running. I think he pulled a hamstring. I think he pulled a hamstring that night. So, Mayor, thank you so much for hosting us here today in Johnston, and to our Johnston superintendent for having us here at the Johnston High School. You'll hear from Mike Looney, the executive director of the Rhode Island Scholastic League as well. But before I start my comments, we got the vaccines going, but Mayor Polisena and the first responders, both are on the fire, and a number of the volunteers in Johnston really stepped up in a big way as we started vaccinating the state of Rhode Island. And so this here today is just another round of the way that Johnston leadership has stepped up to make sure that people know that vaccinations is important. And the Mayor, you'll be happy to know that we're slightly over 85% of the adults 18 and over who are vaccinated in the state of Rhode Island with at least one shot. That's spectacular work by the local leaders along with our Department of Health with Dr. Alexander Scott and others, our National Guard, and the list is long, but we really are grateful for all of them. And we highlighted it and we honored them at the water fire just 2 weeks ago. So I'd like to talk about what's happening here today. The first 50 people will get vaccinated. Will get a $5 Dunkin' Donuts gift card. And if you're in Johnston, take this opportunity to get vaccinated today. It is time. We're here in Johnston to talk about teamwork. And because we know our student athletes are very competitive, I just said hello to them out there, and we want to challenge them to help us in our efforts to get shots in the arms. And Johnston has one of the communities that still needs to move up a little bit on the vaccination rate. So this is a great chance to actually make that happen. So help your town to move up and in terms of vaccinations, and that'll keep everybody in Johnston even safer as a result of the work that's going on here today. We're doing our part to make vaccines as accessible as possible. There have been 99 school-based clinics across the state so far. More than 3,000 doses have been administered at these clinics, and more will be administered today. Next, I want to update everyone on our larger vaccination efforts, and there's good news here. As of this morning, Rhode Island is one of the top states in the nation of percent of adults fully vaccinated, and we lead the nation in testing, as we had when I became governor, and that continues today under the leadership of Dr. Alexander Scott and the Health Department. I really want Rhode Islanders to hear that. I want them to be proud of that. The latest, again, shows that 86% of Rhode Islanders 18 and older have at least one shot, and 66% of all eligible Rhode Islanders have at least one shot. That makes us one of 4 states in the country that has achieved this goal as quickly as we have. So, but we want to move up that ladder. We want to keep on keeping us safer. The more vaccinations we get, the safer we are. As I do every COVID update, I want to do the countdown for the number of Rhode Islanders who have yet to be vaccinated. When we started this countdown a few weeks ago, we were at more than 180,000. Actually, this summer when we started talking, we were closer to 240,000. Today, we have seen that number drop to 145,000. That number is going down very quickly, and we will reach 90% vaccinated in the state of Rhode Island. Now, as a basketball coach for many years, I know what being part of a team can mean for your experience in growing up. It can be everything. You're there for each other through the wins and losses, the big moments and the small ones, but as a team, you work together. And one key piece of being a team player is caring for your teammates. I've said good teams, have good players. For the very best teams have good players who help each other out. And one key piece of being a team player is caring for your teammates. All of us here, your coaches and friends, want to be able to continue to practice together, play together, and work harder. Celebrate together all season long, and be ready for basketball and hockey seasons that are right around the corner. This year means that we need to get vaccinated to make that happen. You can be an MVP by getting a VAX, by getting vaccinated. You've already gotten vaccinated, talk to your teammate or your friend and share experiences. Coaches, we need you to work with your teams and your parents to get vaccinated together as a team. Just like you wear protective gear to protect your family from injury during a game, get vaccinated that will protect you from COVID-19 infection and on the field and off the field. If you're not on a sports team but a fan or head up another club or organization, we need you to get vaccinated. From debate teams to theater assemblies, don't let COVID be the reason you have to pause those activities that you love. I know a lot of you out there are working on your college applications and thinking about next year and next steps. We are so proud of the leadership of our college universities. I believe it's a national story that's yet to be covered. Every single college and university in Rhode Island requires the COVID-19 vaccines for students. This means that on average, there are about 94% vaccinated. I just want to reiterate to the people who are listening to these my comments. Can you imagine, without that leadership, that we'd have 60,000 students in the state of Rhode Island attending our universities and not knowing whether they were vaccinated? And then 40 to 70,000, depending on what our attendance is this year, of out-of-state and out-of-country people, students, and their families have come to Rhode Island in the last few days. Could you imagine us trying to manage that with 100,000 plus students in the state of Rhode Island that we didn't know whether they were vaccinated or not? It is extraordinary leadership, and I really want to make sure that I continue to give our thanks to our colleges. We can do the same thing at our high schools. Absolutely can do the same thing at high schools. So get a jump start. Just like with all the other vaccinations, you need to attend school, get your COVID-19 shot. The Pfizer vaccine is now FDA approved. While Johnston may be taking on Central behind us today, we're all Team Rhode Island. We're one team in the state of Rhode Island. And we need everyone vaccinated to be a winning team.